So in this section of Agile methodology, we are going to cover the mindset of Agile. We're going to look at what you have to do in doing Agile and being Agile. So I'm going to take you through these mindsets and why some of these Agile transformations, they fail. So let us go through them one by one. So the first part we're going to look at is doing Agile, which is the Agile theater. When you're doing Agile, okay, stand-ups, they happen, but blockers are never removed. Remember, we're talking about why some of these Agile transformations, they fail. So you're doing a stand-up, but you're not removing blockers. So which means whatever was stopping people from making progress today, it will also stop them tomorrow. So that has to be corrected. Then you have retrospectives, blame sessions with no actions. Retrospective meetings are supposed to look at the do's and don'ts, what you can do more, what you can do less, lessons learned, what you're not supposed to do, and so on and so forth. Then velocity, we are looking at pressure teams. Velocity is used to pressure teams to work faster. Velocity should come from the team. The team should be able to determine what level of items or features they're able to create in a certain sprint. You cannot increase, if the team says we can only take 3 points, you cannot come up with 6 points. It means you're now using velocity to pressure the team instead for them to work faster. Then sprint planning is also done by the manager and not the team. Sprint planning meetings is supposed to be done by the team. The team is supposed to choose from the backlog, product backlog, to the sprint backlog. It cannot be done by managers. If you start doing that, it means you're not doing a proper agile approach. Then product owner is a requirement clerk and not a strategist. A product owner should know which feature, which user story gives more value as compared to the others. And should not just be used for capturing like a clerk. It must be a very strategic person in terms of which products or features have more risk, which products have got more value, and then update and reprioritize the backlog accordingly. Then we have the change request to go through a formal change board. If you're in an Agile environment and you find that your changes are going through a change board, it means you're now deviating straight away from the Agile process. Agile, you should always focus on accepting change all the way up to the last minute. Then you can also hear people saying, we tried Agile and it didn't work for us. So if you find this, it means you're just doing Agile, but you're not actually doing full Agile, what is expected. So what does that mean? It means you are not appreciating what is actually Agile. What are the benefits? How do you apply Agile? So it's also important that you should appreciate and know how to apply Agile methodology. In terms of the Agile mindset, when we say you are actually being Agile, there are certain traits, certain activities, certain behaviors that are expected in an Agile environment. And we're going to cover that in this part of the video. So, the first one is, if you are being Agile, the blockers are the Scrum Master's top priorities. So anything that is blocking progress, Scrum Master must make sure that is also removed. And then retrospectives, they are used to generate one actionable improvement per sprint. You want to know what you have done better, what you have not done better, you improve it in the next sprint. Then velocity is a planning tool and never a performance target. You use velocity as to how much the team can do at a particular time. And then team self-selects tasks during sprint planning. Remember your velocity, so your team should be able to select what they can do in any sprint. Then product owner makes strategic prioritization decisions daily. Product owner must know what is valuable, what is risk or less risk, and then update the product backlog accordingly. Then change is expected and absorbed in the next sprint. So if there are changes to be done, the changes are supposed to be accepted or rejected by the product owner. And they're supposed to be added into the product backlog so that they can also be reprioritized and selected for the next sprint. Then continuous improvement on how we deliver value. This is also very important. When you're being Agile, you must always improve yourself on how you're providing value to the customer. So in this part of the video, we're going to cover the Agile mindset on the PM side. So the PM project, Agile project manager mindset. There are certain mindset that is expected when you're a project manager in an Agile environment. So we're going to cover 6 of them. So let's go through them one by one. So the first one is you listen first. Active listening is very important. that mindset as a PM. In an agile environment, you need to understand and listen to what people they say, especially your team. You also need to build psychological safety. Allow an environment where people can argue, allow an environment where people can disagree, allow an environment where people can even discuss without fear of being reprimanded for whatever they're going to do. So team members should speak up about problems, risks, and also failures without fear or blame or punishment. Then also coaches are not direct. So this is different from a predictive environment where you're actually coaching. So in where you're actually directing. In an agile environment as a PM, you should develop the team's capability over time and ask powerful questions instead of providing all the answers. You are the PM, you're providing leadership. So allow them to give you answers, not for you to create the answers. Remove impediments. As a PM, that's a very important mindset. Always remove impediments. Always make sure that the teams, they don't have anything blocking them during the sprint, after the sprint, or even before the sprint. Then protect focus. You should always shield the team from organizational noise or scope creep or even interruptions during the sprint. It will be unusual to run a sprint of 2 to 4 weeks without some disturbance coming in. Some functional managers might request resources who are working on the project to come and do some business BAUs. So you should always be protecting the team so that they can focus on what they are actually supposed to deliver as compared to the other noise and scope creep coming from the other end. Then you should always make outcomes very visible. Translate teamwork into business language for executives and connect daily to work for strategic value. There's no project that is normally done without expected value. So always make sure that you're translating whatever the team is doing into business language so that all the stakeholders, the business executive, senior management, they can understand what is going on with that project.